Hey, you guys. So this morning I was studying, and I'm in the process of studying the biblical principles of stewardship. And God led me to Genesis, and so I wanted to read this Genesis chapter 47, verses 13 through 18. I'm not going to read it in its entirety, but I'm going to summarize some of it for you. So 13 says, "Meanwhile, the famine became so severe that all the food was used up, and the people were starving throughout the lands of Egypt and Canaan." Verse 14, it says, "By selling grain to the people, Joseph eventually collected all of the money in Egypt and Canaan, and he put the money in Pharaoh's treasury." 15 says, "When they ran out of money, they still needed food because, the famine went on for seven years." It says that he then asked the people of Canaan and Egypt to bring their livestock. Once all of their livestock was gone, then Joseph said, "Give us your land." So eventually, the whole land was pretty much desolate. They had no food, they had no land, they had no livestock, and they eventually, in 19 says, "Why should we die before your very eyes? Buy us and our land in exchange for food. We will offer our land and ourselves as slaves." So something that I never knew concerning the children of Egypt was that these are people that sold themselves into slavery because of the lack that they were experiencing. And God told me this morning that because they were a slave to their appetite, they then enslaved themselves. The Lord has been showing me areas in my life where I'm exchanging my future. They sold themselves into slavery, and not only them, but their children, their future. They sold themselves as slaves in exchange for a momentary satisfaction. And God is showing me where me and I'm assuming others are. The Lord showed me that these people were a slave to their appetite and therefore became slaves themselves. They enslaved themselves because they were first a slave to their appetite. And that is something that over the years I've heard people say. I used to have a teacher that said there's no such thing as a free lunch. The other day I was watching a movie, King Richard, and there's a scene in that movie where he tells his daughter to spit out a cookie. And she says, "Well, Dad, why can't I have the cookie? It's just a cookie." He said, "Everything in this place has hooks in it. Everything in this life has hooks in it. Nothing is free. There's always an exchange that's happening." And the Lord said, you are literally shackling yourself. You're selling yourself into slavery. You're selling your future and the future for your children every time you exchange your time, your money, your energy, your creativity for temporary pleasures of this life. And we really need to start assessing where we're putting our time, where we're putting our efforts, and if it aligns with the Word of God, and if it aligns with what we are wanting to see for our future, of our future, in the ways that we're spending our time, and in the ways that we are using our resources, and if we're being a good steward and managing our time well. So that is my word for today. I pray that you guys have a blessed and wonderful day, and I will see you guys back here on the next one. Bye.